The dawn of a new generation is here, a new civilization. It all began in the mountains and valleys of our plains, where the first of our kind was born by Mother Nature, the cradle of humankind. Ever since then, our species have thrived. We've learned how to speak, write, fly, and create new worlds. Our journey of civilization has taken us to many lands, beyond waters and far into the depth of space. Today, the force of evolution has taken us to the new path. Are we ready to take this leap? To go on this journey, we must return to our origins. As we enter a new epoch for our species, we must understand that the origin of mankind is literally its future. We are leading humanity to this next phase. This is an invitation to begin the journey of the next level of our technological progress, from where our civilization began. Introducing GEN4IR, accelerating our singularity future for development in Africa.
TAF's Global Summit for 2022 will be held at the beautiful Sun City Resort in the Northwest Province of South Africa. It brings together delegates and speakers from various parts of the world who will come and share their experience and expertise and help to come up with collaborative solutions between academia, private and public institutions.
Now, at this summit, first, you will learn about the exponential technologies in communications and information, robotics, artificial intelligence, nanotech, and much more that are going to allow entrepreneurs and reformers in Africa to transform their economies, their institutions, and their whole societies. Second, you are going to be able to meet and talk with those reformers, the intellectuals, and the entrepreneurs who are going to create this transformation. And third, you can be part of the transformation yourself at this conference. You will be engaged. You will see what the future of Africa can be and should be if we unleash the creative intelligence and power of South Africans and people in all African countries.
We have to move along with the moving times. And if you're really concerned about the future of humanity and what we can do in order to change it or make it better for ourselves and for the coming generation, you have to be there. I'll be there 23rd and 24th of March 2022, Sun City, South Africa.
I'm glad that no matter what, we can organize this special event in Sun City, and hope to see you soon, guys. Please check our website, our social media. We are working for you day by day to get together the prominent names all around the world, from biotech, longevity industry, eVTOL, flying car market, cryptocurrency, and artificial intelligence as well.
Futurists, transhumanists, singularitarians, longevity scientists, industry pioneers will converge to produce ideas that will inspire projects that will drive the fourth industrial revolution. TAFS is a gateway in and out of Africa. We have been connecting governments, companies, organizations, policymakers and entrepreneurs to come together to think, create and build the future of our species. This summit is a futurecast. It features everything from education, blockchain solutions, smart cities, medicine, life extension, amongst many others. Become part of the minds that will fashion the next generation of the fourth industrial revolution. It begins here. Welcome to Sun City. Hi, good day and welcome to another edition of Future Discussions podcast. As we enter into the new reality of digital transformation that has arrived in our world, that has been transforming the way we do business, the way we interact with each other, there is there is a high urgency that we are supposed to be looking to the. But this is something that has not quite been the kind of projects and how we're handling the digital transformation that is affecting our world and and our social interactions. And this is the root of this can be traced to some kind of a deficiency in the leadership when it comes to digital governance. New realities are coming on board. Cryptocurrency and blockchain are transforming the way we do business, the way we interact, and the way we handle our activities online and offline. So it's important for us to have the leadership that is required in order to set the stage for the fourth industrial revolution. Now, this is why at transdisciplinary agricultural discussions, we are having these transdisciplinary conversations, discussions that will help position us for the future, that will help prepare us for the future. That is ahead. In a very special way, we have organized the summit that is coming up in the 24th and 25th of this month in Rustenburg, South Africa, some cities specifically. This event is a platform that will host futurists, transhumanists, singularitarians, industrial pioneers, policymakers, and different experts, in different sectors of the economy who will be converging not only to bring together their ideas, but to come to create practical projects which take us to the next phase of the next phase of this fourth industrial revolution. This summit presents some kind of empowerment. It provides an empowerment, a means of empowerment for the young people to take on the leadership of the fourth industrial revolution itself. Now, amongst the inspiring and extraordinary speakers that we're going to be having at the event is an extraordinary young woman that I have today that will be giving us a glimpse into what she will be presenting at the summit. And this is no other than the data scientist Duduzile Ndwandwe. He is a data urban scientist and the founder of AcuD Projects, a town planning and data management company. She's also doing her master's at Holt International Business School, in the data analysis. And she will be giving us a little glimpse into what she will be presenting at the summit, come 24th and 25th of this month. So it is with great pleasure that I would like to welcome you, Dodo, to Future Discussions Podcast. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you very much for having me. I am very much pleased to come into a new space that is actually not yet a tapped space in Africa, specifically in the digital transformative era. And my topic will be basically on the digital governance, cryptocurrency, and the blockchain technology that is emerging in the fourth industrial revolution. And just to give a brief background on what will be discussed within that narrative is that we need to understand that we are in an era where technology is actually shaping and designing the way we see life, the way we narrate to life, and then we grasp the way we use to communicate in either social space or any other spaces that may be affecting us, predominantly the financial and the commerce. So we need to look at the governance of this emerging technological space. So basically, you need to understand what is the blockchain in e-governance. It is basically the essence of the transparent distribution database that records the details of all the transactions performed by a system's participants. In the context of the electronic government, this means that technology stores data and it also results in all the transactions that happen between citizens, whether peer to peer or between citizens and government. What we actually see that is that in the millennium, there's a whole new development space that is actually going to be tech driven. And this is the issues that we will be addressing predominantly in understanding what blockchain is. So the next
All right,
topic
interesting.
that I will be covering.
Okay, interesting.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you so much. So
So then,
it's okay, okay, okay. Go ahead. I think I caught you off with the network was a little bit jittery. It's all right.
yes.
Continue.
In another topic that needs, yeah, okay, another topic that is actually been a heated one, predominantly in the financial sector, is the understanding of blockchain. There is a whole vibrant trend around what blockchain is and what cryptocurrency is, and that will also be covered in the upcoming debate. So I'm just going to give a glance of a little bit of what will be covered. So blockchain in governance is basically principle of information that ensures that nothing is unduly modified. So what blockchain does is that it gives a big advantage in enhancing democratic governance, and it also adds accountability in terms of data protection. So in allows users to own and control their data through private and public keys. So that informs my next topic, which is around cryptocurrency and what blockchain technology is. So blockchain technology is a storage that is used for saving data that is mostly decentralized network. Cryptocurrency becomes then a medium of exchange in terms of currency, predominantly something that we are now familiar with, which is the Bitcoin. So what normally happens is the blockchain is used as a storing different types of information beyond cryptocurrency transaction record. So it becomes monetary value, and that all cryptocurrencies do have a monetary value as there is an exchange between peer to peer within the blockchain network.
Okay, thank you so much. It's very interesting because we talk about blockchain and its adoption in Africa. We've seen a rise in the adoption rates of not only blockchain technology but cryptocurrencies, especially here in my country, Nigeria, and even some other countries. There's been a huge adoption of cryptocurrencies, but there is some kind of a gap between the utilization of cryptocurrencies and the adoption of blockchain processes, blockchain technologies in other areas. Let's say we'll talk about NFTs and smart contracts and using these to
Mm.
run systems online. So there appears to be some kind of a gap between that, between the adoption of cryptocurrencies as some kind of an economic safe haven for most Africans, and then the adoption of blockchain technology
Mm.
systems to run the system. So, what do you think it's the cause of that? How do you what do you think is the cause of that gap? First of all, do you think I'm right in this assumption that there is this kind of a gap? Why is it important that people uh, come along on on these summits to listen to the solutions that you're going to be offering with regards to issues like this?
Okay. You're raising a very important point, and I think the most obvious observation of what is happening predominantly in Africa, but globally, is that the use of blockchain is predominantly by the young generation, the millennium, and the gap is also predominantly because of there is a less understanding of what actually is blockchain and what is cryptocurrency. So, in understanding the technology that is used within the blockchain, we need to understand it. We need to understand what is blockchain. So having to find that blockchain is data saving, that is decentralized network, that on its own becomes a scary narrative to most governments because they are mostly centralized. Nonetheless, what we also need to understand is exactly the kind of technology that is actually used within the blockchain. So we know that blockchain is technology that is hashing and it is used to secure data, and it relies mainly on the algorithm to secure information. So there's a lot of mathematical information that is there that actually addresses the issue of security. So the transactions are predominantly on the user's hands, whether they are public or private keys, but they are mostly dominated by the algorithm that is within the blockchain technology itself. So the gap also is the government not actually understanding the use of blockchain. So for government leaders to actually understand how they can actually regulate and monitor blockchain, there may be a much needed lifeline in the context of blockchain. This means that there could be a need to reduce the redundancies, the redundancy of the technology itself, and also the streamlined process also needs to there's going to be a need to decrease the auditing burden of the taxation and also increase security because that's what blockchain actually offers. And it's also an issue of it ensures data integrity, which is normally driven by the technology itself. So the less people understand what it is, the less they are open to accepting what it is versus the younger generation, the millennials, where they are actually curious about the technology. And they actually, you're right, they're finding it a safe haven because they are able to control it themselves. They're able to use it to their own advantage because it gives them that decentralized network, which then it becomes the media of exchange for monetary value.
It's very important. Like you talked about uh, all of what you said so far. It borders around that the reason for some of this gap is because there is some kind of a gap in knowledge of how what these blockchain systems are all about, and how they should be adopted, how they should be utilized, and all of that. Do you think that bringing this knowledge into schools will go a long way in educating not only the young people but in sowing the seeds of the right understanding of what blockchain is and how they can be actually implemented in the society? Because we talk about this blockchain, it's usually like you talk about the millennials that are they are the ones that are really adopting this, really fast. But the Generation Z, the younger generation that are coming up, do you think it will be important to incorporate these into some kind of a school curriculum or into the education system to help young people get a handle of what blockchain is and how it's gonna be shaping the future of the markets? Hello, are you there?
Yep, I can hear you. You got a break there. You did break out a little bit, and I lost you. You were
Okay.
asking that it's important to
Yeah, yeah,
incorporate this
yeah. I
in a
was asking that.
school curriculum, and then I
Yeah,
lost you.
yes, because I was talking about the important how to fill the knowledge gap that is actually hampering the adoption rate and the proper utilization of blockchain technologies and systems across Africa. So I'm saying Do you think this is a problem of education? Since this is a problem of lack of proper understanding of how the blockchain systems work, do you think this is a problem that can actually be solved if it's incorporated into schools, into the education system, to actually lay the foundation for the young people who are actually going to be leaders of tomorrow, to understand how these blockchain systems work and how they can actually use them to solve majority of the problems that are not only within the financial sector but across different aspects of the society.
Actually, it is most of the things that you've actually mentioned, that it's an issue of education access, and at this point in time, it is still exclusive to most institutions. Hence, I personally had to go do an international degree to actually acquire the information, because I was quite aware of where the future is driving and what will be required of me in terms of skill competency to be competitive in the market, and to actually be relevant in terms of what is happening within the technological evolution. That is just my case as an individual. There are so many individuals out there who do not have access to the information that I have access to. And it is definitely an issue of education, curriculums, and we are seeing it across various spaces. Nonetheless, I wouldn't want to make that an excuse, because we are living in a technological era where we believe that young people like myself have access to information, and there's literally nothing that you cannot get access to in this technological era. If you have access to all social media networks, you have access. For cryptocurrency is not a new space to venture into. It has been there. There's been a lot of speculations around it. There's been a lot of good and bad in it. There's been scams. There's been good and what so forth around the financials of actually is happening. And what we are seeing lately is that it has evolved into a very concrete industrial where it is now a requirement for most. They're actually hiring on the basis of you understanding the market within the visual space. So, though it is a curriculum challenge for most institutions within Africa, it is not an excuse for individuals who own a cell phone, who have access to social media, to actually acquire those skills, because they are there online. It's something that is within you that you can actually say, I need to understand better. And there's so many groups and social networks that are happening around, where people are lifting themselves about what is happening. And the sooner you get yourself into the boat and get gear and understand what your peers are doing, the better it is than just leaving it as a school curriculum mandate to say, well, I don't have the information, or I don't have the degree, therefore I do not qualify to speak about or find myself within the space. I think it's an issue of self determination, curiosity as an individual, and just to actually listen to what is happening around you, and tap beyond your curiosity and enable yourself to act upon opportunities and things that may be evolving around you, and teach yourself on those subject matters.
Yeah, and it's uh, uh, as part of the message of self-education that you preach. It's I think it's on this note that I'll also encourage the audience, people watching over there, to as part of the message of self-education on issues like this, on new innovations like this, like cryptocurrency. uh, Part of that consciousness of having that consciousness for self-education is to attend summits like these that we are holding in
Mm.
Sun City on the 24th, where experts like Dudu will be present, breaking down the nitty-gritty of what blockchain technology is all about, how the system works, and cryptocurrencies, how they actually work and how they can actually be implemented. So that's part of that message of self-education, to understand the not only the trends but actually the signals for the future, as will be transforming not only the way we live but how we interact and our lives generally in the future. So it is a great pleasure. I'd like to thank you, Dudu, for making time to come and to give us a glimpse into what you'll be presenting at Sun City this month. So thank you so much for coming on board on the show. Thank you so much. Yeah, so guys, you've had it all. Head on our website. Yeah, great. So guys, you've had it all. Head on to our website at GEN4IR.org and register, get your ticket for this summit. If you cannot make it for some reason, then get the ticket and then share it with your colleagues, share it with your friends. This is a once in a lifetime kind of event that will not only transform the way you think, but actually position you for the future. So I think it's very important, and it's not something that you should miss. So I encourage all of you, head onto the site, get your ticket, and Dudu and I will see you guys at Sun City on that day. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you. So see you guys in the next interview with our next speaker.
The dawn of a new generation is here, a new civilization. It all began in the mountains and valleys of our plains, where the first of our kind was born by Mother Nature, the cradle of humankind. Ever since then, our species have thrived. We've learned how to speak, write, fly, and create new worlds. Our journey of civilization has taken us to many lands, beyond waters and far into the depth of space. Today, the force of evolution has taken us to the new path. Are we ready to take this leap? To go on this journey, we must return to our origins. As we enter a new epoch for our species, we must understand that the origin of mankind is literally its future. We are leading humanity to this next phase. This is an invitation to begin the journey of the next level of our technological progress, from where our civilization began. Introducing GEN4IR, accelerating our singularity future for developments in Africa.
TEV's Global Summit for 2022 will be held at the beautiful Sun City Resort in the Northwest Province of South Africa. It brings together delegates and speakers from various parts of the world who will come and share their experience and expertise and help to come up with collaborative solutions between academia, private and public institutions.
Now, at this summit, first, you will learn about the exponential technologies in communications and information, robotics, artificial intelligence, nanotech, and much more that are going to allow entrepreneurs and reformers in Africa to transform their economies, their institutions, and their whole societies. Second, you are going to be able to meet and talk with those reformers, the intellectuals, and the entrepreneurs who are going to create this transformation. And third, you can be part of the transformation yourself at this conference. You will be engaged. You will see what the future of Africa can be and should be if we unleash the creative intelligence and power of South Africans and people in all African countries.
We have to move along with the moving times. And if you're really concerned about the future of humanity and what we can do in order to change it or make it better for ourselves and for the coming generation, you have to be there. I'll be there 23rd and 24th of March 2022, Sun City, South Africa.
Glad that no matter what, we can organize this special event in Sun City, and hope to see you soon, guys. Please check our website, our social media. We are working for you day by day to get together the prominent names all around the world, from biotech, longevity industry, eVTOL, flying car market, cryptocurrency, and artificial intelligence as well.
Futurists, transhumanists, singularitarians, longevity scientists, industry pioneers will converge to produce ideas that will inspire projects that will drive the fourth industrial revolution. TAVS is a gateway in and out of Africa. We have been connecting governments, companies, organizations, policymakers and entrepreneurs to come together to think, create and build the future of our species. This summit is a FutureCast. It features everything from education, blockchain solutions, smart cities, medicine, life extension, amongst many others. Become part of the minds that will fashion the next generation of the fourth industrial revolution. It begins here. Welcome to Sun City.